Hello, a very fresh good morning to all of you. So today we are starting with our golden age that is termed as the Gupta Age. Now see students, up till now we have completed right from the Stone Age period up till the post-Mauryan period. So we have seen that how after Stone Age period we were observing the first significant civilization during Indus Valley. Okay, after that we have also seen that the second largest civilization was considered as the Mauryan period. Okay, and the third significant civilization in ancient India would be nothing but the Gupta period. Now, up till the last session, we have seen the overview, the general overview, how did the polity look like during the Gupta period, okay? How was the economy, how was the architecture, how was the craft during that period? Now, we have seen that the development of art and architecture rightly started from the Mauryan or the post-Mauryan period. But it grew on a larger scale only during the Gupta period or after the Gupta period as well. Okay, so the beginning of art and culture majorly began during the Mauryan period or post-Mauryan period, but you will see that the richness of the sculptures, the richness of the design would be always reflected from this Gupta period. Okay, so let us start our Gupta period. Now the Gupta period is considered from 320 to 550 AD. Now this 320 to 550 AD is a period where we will see a major economic transition in our society. Secondly, we would be also seeing the political stability within the different regions. And after this, we would be also having an overview, how does the culture, how does the face of the religion changes eventually. Okay, so let us first start. Before starting, as we always try to go through the timeline. So in this session also, we'll first have our timeline, which is most important anthem whenever we discuss anything about our ancient history, medieval history, or even if it is modern history. Because once you go according to the timeline, you have events saturated, okay, very accurately. Okay, so here you don't commit any mistakes while selecting your right option in your preliminary examination. And that is why I always suggest you to go right from the beginning of the civilization, and that is how you will get exact development of the civilization, development of the economy, development of the polity, okay, in our society. So let us start. So first it was Stone Age period, where we'll see that man started to live in Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic and Chalcolithic. Now this Chalcolithic is also known as the Copper Age. After that, we'll see that we went through the Vedic Age and the later Vedic Age, also known as the emergence of Mahajanapadas. Mahajanapadas. Now, during this Mahajanapadas, we have also seen that we had 4 major states, and among them, Magad came to be known as the most powerful state due to many of such features that were present in the Magad region. Okay, now before moving forward, you should know here the basics of the sources from where we derive the historical events. Now, if we consider the Stone Age period, we have seen that here no literature was being present. Whatever we had, the evidences we had from our excavations, we had from the remains of these sites. Okay, so we have also discussed about what kind of evidences we have been getting from the Stone Age period. Okay, after that we have also seen the IVC, Indus Valley Civilization, and during Indus Valley Civilization we have seen that the literature which or the inscriptions which we got during this period, during the Indus Valley Civilization or during the Harappan civilization, they are not yet deciphered, and that is why we can't completely get into those literatures. Okay, but yes, we have many of other evidences like the pots, crockeries, crafts, and the trading ports, from where we get to know that how was the civilization, or what were the activities that were around the civilization. Now after that, we have also seen the Vedic Age. Now what is Vedic Age? Vedic is everything that is derived from the Vedas. Okay, now there are 4 kind of Vedas. Okay, we have discussed very in detail around this Vedas also. Okay, now during this period, we'll see that the society would be divided into 4 Varnas. Okay, Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya means the traders. Okay, and then the Shudras. Okay, and after that, the later Vedic period, where we see that the villages would be converting into the cities and the towns, and then again they would be collaborating togetherly, either through the Republic Agreement or either through the reunion. Okay, and this is how we will see the formation of Janapadas, and eventually these Janapadas would be converted to Mahajanapadas. Okay, now we have 4 major states in the Mahajanapadas, and among them Magad came to be as the most powerful Mahajanapada. And ancient history starts right from here. Okay, now after this you will see that the polity have raised its standards. Economy would be more innovative. Okay, why? Because here the iron usage have been increased in the agriculture. Iron usage has been increasing in this agriculture. In the post-Mauryan period, we have also seen that the irrigation system majorly dwelled in the Deccan as well as the North Indian states. Okay, now before that also there were the kings who majorly concentrated upon all this dynamics, but it is only during the post-Mauryan period when the people would be resisting, when the people would be criticizing through the inscription, we are not being given, okay, a lift for the economical opportunities. And that is why you will see that during the post-Mauryan period, the kings would be majorly concentrating upon the goods or the providing more equal opportunity, democratic setup they would be installing in the society. Okay, so up till here we have seen the post-Mauryan period. Now if you remember anything about our last sessions during the post-Mauryan period, we have talked about n number of sources and the literature from we get the evidences that we were not going good in the economical situation. Okay, like for example, we had seen the Bengal famine. After this, the deviances were on rise. Okay, poverty gaps were rising. Okay, so due to this you will find that the major of the policies that would be taken or implemented by those times ka king would be majorly concentrating upon this. And that is why during the Gupta period, you will see that the kings would be installing democratic principles or democratic structure, as well as centralized structure. So during this time you will see that as we today, for example, as we today follow the 3-tier government, okay, according to the 74th and 74th amendment, 73rd and 74th amendment act, the similar way during the Gupta period we find some of the evidences through which we understand the political setup, the governance structure. Okay, now there are n number of inscription which denotes about that. For example, Allahabad inscription or Mehrauli inscription, which tells us about each of the political entity that louds out the story about the political stability during the Gupta period. Now, the first feature of the Gupta period is the political stability, which we get for the first time in the history. Okay. Now, the second feature of the Gupta period is that during the Gupta period, we had the significant or the one of the largest economy of that period. Okay, and in the previous session, you have also seen that we used the gold coins. We used the gold coins as a form of exchange. Okay, and that is why the economy during the Gupta period was being considered as one of the largest. Now, although after the decline of or after the death of the Skandagupta, we see that there is a major economical decline also, and that is why the Gupta period would be on decline. Okay, so just take into consideration, when economy is stronger for any kind of period or any kind of dynasty, the political administration would also stand very stronger. But if the economy is weaker, okay, the state would become completely weaker. Okay, so that is why it is the economy which will write the path of the polity as well as society. Okay, now after that, during the Gupta period, we'll also see that the trade relations grew on the large scale. Okay, trade relations grew on the large scale. The fourth feature of the Gupta period is that we had more international networkings. We had grew with more international networkings. Okay, and the fifth feature of the Gupta period is that during Gupta period, we had very well done with the art and architecture. Why? Because economy was strong to have that major expenditure that the state could incorporate in their policy makings. Okay, so here during the Gupta period, we see that the Indian subcontinent was experiencing a golden time, a golden age. Okay, and that is why sometimes we also narrate this Gupta period as the golden age.